All right, are we on? What is going on here? Are we doing it? Did it do it? I never know what is. Okay, here we go. Yes, we're here. Hello, everybody. And welcome to the very first mashup talk of 2021. Okay, yep. Just got it. Just got the go message. I was always a little. Okay, so I'm just want to be like this. I'm just like, How's everyone's New Year's Day going so far? I can't believe that we we have been continuous streaming. We've been streaming for well over 24 hours. Let me see. We started here in Germany. We started at 10 p.m. It's now 3 in the morning. So yeah, we've been streaming for 29 hours now. Crazy. Yeah, thank you, Clifford. And we're going to be going even longer. I mean, it is, God, why do I look like shit? You know, I thought I had things all dialed in, and then Jupiter Gatling sat here, kind of fucked with some shit, and now I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what? I look fine, right? I look fine now. There we go. All right, there. So how's your year been? Is it better? Is it better than last year already? I really hope it is. It is. It is. Jupiter Gatling's like, I only change scenes. Turn that little light on. Okay, here, I'm gonna turn the little light on. But the little light, I think, washes me out too much. Here, well, just behind the scenes realness. All right, there we go. I mean, fine. So everyone, welcome to what DJ Erison affectionately referred to as our weekly board meeting. And I hope she means like, you know, Miss Chairman of the board, not you guys are bored while I sit here and talk for 60 minutes. But we're gonna hang out and chat. This is I don't have any interviews lined up for today. No one to bring on to the show. It's literally just gonna be just chatting, just a little kind of like a come down from 29 hours of non-stop banger DJ sets, and they've been banger. Like we've been going hard. I mean, Jupiter and I started things off like basically 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. here in Germany to, you know, just to get us going. And, you know, we're out of the gate pretty, you know, like, yeah, it's a party. And it's been 29 hours of a straight party. In San Francisco, there are some DJ colleagues of ours that we know from Burning Man and from the burner community in San Francisco. They're called Space Cowboys. And the Space Cowboys traditionally do a party that starts at 6 in the morning on whatever New Year's Day is, right after New Year's Eve, all those parties at 6 in the morning, they start a party called Breakfast of Champions. And then, let's see, I'm pretty sure it's Brass Tacks. Brass Tacks is another DJ collective, friends of ours. They in fact used to, do an upstairs room takeover at Booty Mashup in San Francisco at DNA Lounge. They would throw a party after they were basically the after party. So after Breakfast of Champions, they would do the Supper of Survivors. So I kind of feel like here on Twitch, like we are just owning that. We are taking those concepts and we are just going for it. And DJ Time is awake. His breakfast of champions is Jameson. Oh my God. Yeah. Jupiter Gatling's like, shit, really? We want bangers? No, I have no idea what we want. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but I just know that basically for the last 29 hours, we've been going pretty hard on this channel. We are doing New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day 2021. We are doing it right. And I mean, I was not expecting us to be continuously streaming for 36 hours, but I think that's what's going to happen. And that only depends if Jupiter Gatling decides to stop at 1 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, 4 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. here in Germany. 10 months of streaming on Twitch, juggling time zones. It's dialed into my head now. I've almost got it. But so we will be at least 36 hours of continuous streaming. So damn. And you guys are here. Thank you so much for being here, being part of the channel, and coming along for the ride of taking 2021, crumpling it all up, tossing it in the trash can, or as DJ Time very, very splendidly did with his New Year's Eve countdowns, taking a clip of John Oliver basically blowing up a giant 2020 sign. Yeah, we all felt that. We were feeling it. So we are going to launch you into the new year, 2021, as best as we can. Today is affectionately known as National Hangover Day. I don't know how many people are actually nursing hangovers, and how many people. I mean, I know we all partied hard, but did you also party smart? That's what I want to know. Are you feeling it? Do you have a do you actually have hangovers, or did you drink water? Certainly there are enough hydration reminders here in the chat pod. I had a little bit of a headache when I woke up, but it didn't feel like a hangover headache. It was just like, I don't know, just a headache. I think just because of a weird sleep schedule, because we stayed up late, and but it went away as soon as I took a little bit of ibuprofen and went about my day, and it went away almost immediately. So I'm actually doing pretty good. I've got my Franciscana. So this is actually Muffle Mug always gives me shit. So this is my favorite beer, Franciscana Weissbier, to Hefeweizen, which is a wheat beer. And it is in a large bottle. And they sell this in the United States, but it often comes in cans, or it'll come in smaller bottles. But getting like this large size bottle, it's pretty hard to find in the US. And I am leaving Germany in 2 days to go back to San Francisco. So I am drinking up the last of the Franciscana Weissbier while I still can. And yes, I'm drinking it out of a bottle. I don't care. The proper way to drink a Hefeweizen is from a Weizen glass. But it's like there's already so much shit on this desk. I just worry that, the way a Weizen glass is shaped, it's a little skinnier at the bottom, and then it curves up around. I'm just like so fearful I'm gonna like knock it over. Like if I knock this over, it's bad, but it's not like all the beer gone at once. It's like there's a little opening here, so if I spill it, it's like this bottle just gives me less DJ anxiety than like a glass a Weizen So that is there is method to the madness, and it is madness. It is wrong. It is a crime against all that is good in Germany to be drinking Franciscano straight from the bottle. And this American don't care because my DJ anxiety overrules my my sense of German propriety. Let's put it that way. Yeah, DJ Harrison. Also, I am super damaged. This is why I was doing a gig in Singapore, and I don't know, just the way the DJ booth was set up. Laptop was here. There was a oh yeah, okay, so this is what happened. I'm remembering it now. So this girl comes up and she's got like a big, it wasn't a Weizen, but it was a, it was like a pint glass, I believe, a pint glass of beer. You know how a pint glass is. It's smaller at the bottom, comes up, so it's shaped like this, wide opening. So if it spills, it's not just spilling a little if you grab it. No, if it spills, that whole thing's gone. Well, this girl comes up and I guess to request the song or something, and she was wasted, and she put her drink down on like there's like a little shelf, basically. I mean, it wasn't a shelf at all, but it was just like the DJ booth, and so she comes up, puts her beer down, and then leans over to request the song. And of course, because she's wasted, like completely unaware, just sort of like knocked it over, but she caught it immediately. But man, it was like, I picture this all in slow motion because that's how it happened in my brain, because my laptop was literally right below where this beer was. And so it's just like, I see her, come on, run on up, put the beer down, and now we cut to the beer just like slow starts splashing beer, and I'm like, no. Guess who's very expensive? Apple MacBook Pro did not survive. It did not survive at all. Thankfully, we were DJing on, mostly we were DJing on CDs at the time. My partner at the time, Mysterious D, still kind of insisted on I had already kind of made the leap to DJing off of my laptop, but she was a bit of a Luddite and just could not get with, I don't know, the 20th century or 21st century and make the leap to Serato and laptop DJing like everybody else. I mean, she eventually did, but so we were but fortunately that night we were still DJing on CDs. So, the party continued. Like, there was no drop in the music, no nothing, but my laptop was just fried, just completely fried, completely destroyed. And, and the promoter of the party even saw it happen, and the girl ran. And apparently the girl was like a friend or like a friend of a friend. Like they knew who she was. I don't know. I don't think she was like a really good friend, but like, just familiar face, familiar name within the scene. And, whew, yeah. So there we go. Yeah. Totem, what are you asking? Would you burn CDR while mixing? No. Why was my laptop? Oh, I know why my laptop was there. My laptop, actually, because I wasn't DJing off the laptop, but because I'd already made the leap to laptop. I mean, think about it. When you have CDs, it's like everything's in a CD book, and we had this like ginormous like 300 CD binder that like I fucking hated that thing, and she forced me to carry it because don't get me started. Anyway, but because I was already on computer, I I would use the computer as a way to reference tracks and like generate ideas. Where do I want to go with the set? And because all of the CDs were burned from playlists on my laptop, I could easily be like, oh, this was burned onto CD, Booty Mashup CD 200. And then I could easily find it, as opposed to trying to have some crazy autistic photographic memory of where all the songs are that you want to play, which I did not have. And my DJ partner, Mysterious Steve, she would claim, oh, I have a photographic memory, I know where everything is. But that was total bullshit, because there were so many times when she's like, I can't find a song, where is it, I can't find it. And then like 20 seconds before the end of the song that's playing, she would just like grab a CD out and throw it in and just like try to find something good off that CD to play. I'm like, that is no way to fucking DJ. That is just a horrible way to DJ. I'm like, I just thought of a song. Tappity tap tap tap. Search function, there it is, load it. Done. Like, why did it take her like 2 years to make the transition from CD DJing to laptop? It's like, oh my God. But like I said, when a beer spills in the DJ booth and you're DJing off a laptop, if I'd been DJing off the laptop, that would have gone badly. But fortunately, although I will say this, most really pro gigs, a gig like, say, in Asia, where they're booking you at a fancy club in Singapore, if I was DJing off a laptop, I would probably also have a CD with me, and we usually do, because we would always have like some promo CDs. And these CDs, we would call them the oh shit CD, because, laptops are relatively, laptop DJing with a controller and DJ software, it's really come a long way. 17 years ago when we started this party, it was always like, a DJ would be like, yeah, I'm going to DJ off my laptop and controller. And I'm like, okay. And eventually we would tell a DJ, if like they were doing that, it was like, you need to bring a CD. It's what we call the oh shit CD. So when your laptop or controller or somehow your gear just mysteriously, shuts down or crashes or something, and it's like, I can't believe it happened. This has never happened to me before. Well, yeah, but have you ever DJ'd at a really banging party where there's, a zillion people on the dance floor and it's shaking everything, or it's super hot and sweaty in here and condensation is dripping from the ceiling? Or did you DJ some shitty little party in your living room and everything worked fine? It's like, in a club environment, shit goes wrong. So this is why we always said, it was like, you've got to show me the oh shit CD before you DJ. Show me the oh shit CD. So for many, really up until about last year, we would always have CDJs. CDJs are the big CD decks, DJ CD decks that would they're there, so we could easily just have throw a CD or have a CD in there and could easily just play it. Nowadays you could have just a USB stick in there, but actually, yeah, we haven't done this in so long, just because I would say definitely over the past 2 years we've been kind of phasing it out, just because, especially at a booty mashup party, there's always like 2 or 3 of us DJing. So if somebody's laptop crashes, someone else's laptop is there, and you can just with a song probably already loaded. So it's just like, oh, okay, hit play on their controller and go. And this has happened before. So yeah. Oh God, I'm feeling stressful just telling these stories. But anyway, I don't even know what What started this rant? Who the fuck knows? Yeah, what program do we use to DJ? Serato. Serato is what we use. I haven't really been paying attention to the chat pod. If anyone asked a question and I just went off on a crazy tangent and ignored your question, feel free to just throw it in the chat pod again, because I don't want you to think that I'm an asshole and I don't actually, I'm not actually paying attention to anything that's going on in here, because I love you guys. The fact that you all are here, have been here off and on, I would assume, for the past almost day and a half at this point, is kind of crazy, and I love it. Oh yeah, why are things being weird? I think our internet is being strange. Except we're kind of okay here. Okay, no, we're all right. Okay. Huh. Cool. All right. Booty's literally been our entire year. Yeah, I mean, Booty Twitch has been our entire year. It has been a ride. It has been an interesting year. So the name of the show is New Year's Resolutions for Mashup Talk. So I kind of wanted to chat about New Year's resolutions. Everybody makes New Year's resolutions. Nobody keeps them. But I generally try to, I don't really set resolutions, but I set goals. Or, if we're going to be new age about it, it's like, we're going to set an intention. So I intend to try to do more shit on TikTok, to actually embrace TikTok. Let's bring Booty Mashup into TikTok. I was like, why the fuck are we not on TikTok? Because it's just one more fucking thing to deal with. But TikTok's been kind of fun. I've been trolling TikTok. It's still not quite sure how we can do mashup stuff in TikTok, but apparently we can. I've been seeing more and more people, I guess you upload music and just hope that it stays there, copyright be damned, and you guys know us. We're like, copyright? What's that? Actually, we know perfectly well what copyright is. Jill Curtis, I don't understand the TikToks. I mean, I kind of don't either, but you know what though? Let me tell you, I did not understand the Twitch either. And we learned quick. It was like, you can teach an old dog new tricks. The way that this team came together and embraced Twitch, not TikTok, embraced Twitch has been really, really inspiring. I really wish that all of our DJs could have jumped on board, but it's great that we've got the core team that we have, and we've just expanded. I mean, DJ Dada is now in the mix. He's doing a Tuesday show called Deep Cuts with Dada, and you'll be seeing him actually tomorrow night. He's going to be doing his very first non-live from DNA Lounge set. He's actually going to be instead of live from DNA Lounge, it's going to be live from his living room with a green screen. He finally got it together. And if DJ Dada, who was literally the last holdout, I was just talking about DJs who still DJ using CDs, not even USB sticks, CDs. DJ Dada was the last holdout. I think he only, yeah, right. Dada, tell us, I mean, what's the deal? Did you when you were DJing at DNA Lounge, you were still on CDs too these past few months, right? So it's really only been in the past month where you finally are DJing with a controller and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if DJ Dada can learn to do it, then it gives all of us hope that we can pivot to new technologies and everything else. So yeah, the fact that so many of us came together for Twitch. DJ Fox is our other newest resident. He's been on the channel several times, but now he's got his own show. It's going to be on Fridays. It's going to be a few hours before this one. He does a show on his channel called Sit and Spin, which is basically he's turned himself, he has pivoted himself to be a spin class instructor slash DJ. And it's been really, sit and spin hype. Hello. And I've always loved this concept. Love how he puts it together. He's got like a green screen. He often shows like scrolling video game backgrounds. So like he's biking through a video game environment and exercise adjacent. Yes, that's exactly right, Dance Commander. And so I've been wanting to get him on our channel to do that show in particular. So he's basically going to be doing Sit and Spin's mostly been 80s, but he's going to be doing a all 100% mashup Sit and Spin every Friday, and that is going to start our new 2021 programming. In addition to adding deep cuts with DJ Dada, we are doing Sit and Spin with DJ Fox, and we're going to switch some stuff around. I'm going to be the chill down after Sit and Spin. It just seems more appropriate because Happy Hour, I fucking love Airson's Happy Hour. It is such a great show. And then I come on and I'm like, okay, now we're going to do a Just Chatting podcast talk show thing. And it kind of feels like it's like this weird spike or this weird wrench in the music programming. So I kind of feel like it's probably better to move this show, Mashup Talk, basically 3 hours earlier. So the way it's going to work is we're going to do Sit and Spin starting from 1:30 Pacific to 4:30 Eastern, and then Mashup Talk will start at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And more importantly, when I'm back here in Germany, it will be at midnight. So midnight is way more manageable than 3 in the fucking morning. There have been a couple mashup talks where I'm like, have to take a nap and then wake up and then I'm sort of out of it. And I'm like, oh God, I gotta be like, sparkle, Adriana, sparkle, for, an hour. So, so it just seems right. Like the whole, it's like, okay, we worked out. Now we're going to chill for a bit. Just, kick back, have lunch, hang out in the chat. We're just going to chat. We're going to have our weekly meeting. Might bring on different guests that come hang out, chat about mashup culture and stuff. And then bam, we flip the switch and it's going to be Airson doing Happy Hour and then our usual theme parties. So Airson's Happy Hour is going to start 1 hour later at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I think that's going to be great. Yeah, now we need something Wednesdays we've got my mashup listening party. Sunday is the other dark day. So Sunday and Monday are the dark days, which I kind of like having a weekend. But, then I look at some other DJs and their schedule. And they're like live streaming every day, or they're live streaming with like only one break. But then again, they're often only live streaming for like 3 hours. And we will often have back-to-back shows, especially Thursday, Friday. Not really. Yeah, Thursday. Yeah, because we got Tibby's throwback Thursday with Lobster Dust. Yeah, there's a lot of Thursday, Friday, Saturday is all back-to-back shows. So we go long, weekends are valid. Yes, it is real. But yeah, it's actually kind of nice to have a 2-day break. But that being said, we now have 8 DJs on the team, on the Twitch team. So we can spread it out, and it's like, I don't ever want to overburden anyone. Especially when we first started the Twitch channel, there was a real, I remember reading when, Twitch has, if you're becoming a content creator, they have this thing called Creator Camp. And where it's like a bunch of tutorials and things like that. to sort of like help you get up to speed as a content creator. And one of the things which I was a little surprised about that they stress, it was like, you know, they were like, take a break whenever you need to. You don't have to stream every day. You don't have to stream, not like, you know, try to have a schedule. But if you don't have a, you know, but, you know, if you go off your schedule, you know, it's okay. You know, take a break when you need to. And I was like, huh. But then as soon as we started doing it, I was like, realized, oh, wow, the potential for burnout is very real. So I'm glad that we have so many DJs on the team to kind of spread it out, spread out the burden. And, you know, I mean, not that it's a burden, but, you know, just to spread it out. And then, like, you know, DJ and Nate wanted to take a month off. A bunch of us jumped in to cover for him, stuff like that. So I really, really love having a team. And you know what else I love? I love paying people. So this has been a rough year financially. As I'm sure it's probably been a rough year financially for a lot of you. Like half of us on the team still have day jobs and half of us really don't. And Booty Mashup's overhead has, I mean, I keep slashing the budget to try to get things down. I like downgraded our like web server. I downgraded our ISP. I'm still paying rent in San Francisco, but that's about to get cut. So it was really nice. Last week, I gave Christmas bonuses to all of our DJs. Like not insignificant bonuses. And that was all because of you guys. Like you guys have been so supportive with the subscriptions and with the biddies. And I love being able to break all that off, and dole it out, to everybody. I mean, I love it when you guys tip the DJs directly. That is awesome. And you should continue doing that if that's how you like to tip your DJ. But just to let you know, like when you tip the channel, some of it definitely goes to our DJs. And I wasn't so sure that I was going to be able to do that when we started this. You know, it was like, oh God, am I going to be able to, you know, are we going to be able to like, you know, have enough to do that? I don't know what kind of money comes in with Twitch. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do. And I'm really, really happy. We're at the end of the year now. We're at the like 10 months in. And if it continues, I can continue doing that. And so I love everyone's going to be basically, you know, I'm going to break off a little every quarter. Because just like nightlife, I never know how much money it's going to be. You know, some seasons, some months are better than others. Like in nightlife, summertime's great. Summertime is awesome, especially in San Francisco and in LA. You know, in LA, you know, people are not in school, like, you know, college, if you're college age. You're generally not in school. You've got tourists coming in, especially in San Francisco. So summers are always banging. And then of course you get to like December, late November, December, and it's like, you know, the nightlife numbers are horrible. And then Christmas, not Christmas, New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is amazing, which is great because it's going to make up for the sort of like meh numbers of January, February, March, and then things start to ramp up again in the spring. So I've always been very conservative with how I pay people because I don't ever want to overpromise. I have been the DJ who has been booked by a promoter who overpromises and then can't pay. And then, you know, and then you're like, oh, I got stiffed by that promoter. So I've always, as a promoter, I've always been, I don't ever want to be that promoter. Like, I'm going to pay you what I tell you you're going to pay. That being said, I'm not, or what I said I would pay you. That being said, I'm not going to overpromise. I'm not going to like, you know, it's not going to be like some crazy, you know, $10,000. This is like what Deadmau5 got paid to, DJ some corporate party kind of thing. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. Yeah, I'm the only club promoter who pays up front. It's true. Everyone, like when you, before doors are even open, I've got a stack of envelopes with money, cash money, and drink tickets, and I pay everyone at the top of the night. Or if you're DJing like a little later, then I'm always like, oh, find me at the DJ booth. I'll be here or backstage between this time and this time, or I'll find you. If either way, it's like you're getting paid before the night is over, and more often than not before the night's even started. And I literally did this. Everyone says, oh my God, it's so classy. It's so classy. No promoter does this. But I didn't do it to be classy or to do the right thing or anything. I literally did this because at the end of the night, I might have had some beers, and I'm often DJing, and I don't want to fucking deal with running around the club trying to like go to the box office, get the money, count it all out, and then run around and try to find everybody to pay them. No, that's a big, huge pain in the ass. So I literally pay everyone at the top of the night, not for them, but for me, because it's just way the fuck more convenient. But yeah, most promoters are, don't have their shit together, and they're, shady, and they might not have the cash in advance to be able to do that. Fortunately, our parties have been consistent enough that it's like, okay, I've got money from last week's party that I can use for this week. So, or I just take money out of the bank if I need to. So, and like I said, I always try to keep our finances really good. So yeah, I'm doing, it's funny, all of the parallels. There is a blog post on our website waiting to happen of all the parallels between club life and Twitch life, running a nightclub party and running a Twitch channel with a team of DJs. And one of them is just trying to figure out what to pay people too. So I just love that I can do this. It's so, again, it is no exaggeration to just, to offer up this level of gratitude for you guys. Like last night was kind of insanity with the amount of gift subscriptions between Christmas and New Year's. Everyone was very generous, and I'm very appreciative of that. So I was able to even broke off a little bit more for and it was a Christmas bonus, and then there was an even extra Christmas bonus on top of that. And then yeah, so I'm putting together a whole little system, which for my DJs who are in the chat right now, yeah, you'll be getting an email from me explaining what the how bitches are gonna get paid. Okay, so anyway, yes, last night was totally crazy, and so happy about. That was a fun New Year's party, and I definitely kind of, even though I wasn't hungover, I did have that kind of exhaustion of throwing a party. That sort of keeping tabs on the streams, and and then the chats, and making sure the party's going off. It was really it's been really great. So yeah. Anyway. Oh, so back to the Franciscana. So yes, I am drinking as much Franciscana tonight as I can, because sadly, I am leaving in 2 days. I'm in Germany right now, Berlin, Germany. And many of you know I applied for an artist visa, and I got it. I actually have an artist visa. I am allowed to stay in Germany for up to 3 years. I mean, if I get to the end of 3 years, they don't just kick me out. I mean, I can reapply to extend my visa. That's not a big. I just need to continue to prove that I am an artist and I'm not like a burden on German society. So, but before I can actually move here, like I've been here living basically out of a suitcase. I mean, I'm not literally living out of a suitcase, but I like packed a suitcase, put the suitcase in a drawer and a few things in a closet, and like that's it. Like I came here with a suitcase and a laptop, and that's all my worldly possessions here in Berlin. And meanwhile, sitting back in San Francisco, there is a full, gorgeous apartment filled with stuff. And it's San Francisco, so that apartment is not cheap. But because the global pandemic really hit the San Francisco housing market hard, I can't sublet my apartment anymore. I managed to sublet it for 2.5 months while I was here in Germany, which was kind of great. I mean, I still wasn't able to sublet it for what it actually cost, but covered 2/3 of it at least. And but yeah, now like that's not sustainable. Obviously, I'm like paying all this money for an apartment in San Francisco, and now I've got now everything's set. Shadow Killian, gotta rescue those Atari games. Oh my god, actually, it's so funny you mentioned that, because it's one of those things that's like, which is a safer place for my priceless Atari 2600 games? In boxes in a storage unit, or boxes in an apartment that is being used as an Airbnb? I'm actually gonna go with the Airbnb because it's climate controlled. I'm just hoping that some Airbnb guest doesn't decide to go through all my boxes and, I don't know, steal an ET cartridge from the land, that I got from the New Mexico landfill. Yeah, exactly. Look, Aeronaut, because I'm a big geek. I'm a huge geek. Jupiter Gatling has all of her Sailor Moon figures. I have a literal smashed up Atari 2600 ET cartridge. Well, actually the whole box. It's not just the cartridge. It was the whole package. Dug up from the landfill, that I won in an eBay auction when the city of Alamogordo, New Mexico, auctioned off a bunch of the cartridges that were recovered. And I won one of them, shockingly. And it's actually not one; it's actually two. If you look really close, they're because they're smashed in a landfill, sitting in a landfill for 30 years. It's actually two cartridges smashed together, two boxes. So they have climate-controlled storage spaces now. I know, but I have to pay for it. The climate-controlled storage spaces are way more expensive than the one that I already have right now where all my Burning Man shit is, which is outdoors. And also, San Francisco is pretty decent. It's not it doesn't get too hot. It doesn't get too cold. I mean, I'm not going to store vinyl records in the outdoor storage unit, but I feel like I can store furniture and boxes of books and shit, and it'll probably be fine. But bottom line is I'm not going to be going back to work at a nightclub. I don't know. It could be a few months. It could be a few more months. It could be another year. It could be even longer. We don't know. I mean, there's this whole uncertainty. But the only thing that I do know that is for certain is that I got an artist visa and I can live here at Jupiter Gatling's, beautiful, historic DDR flat that I love. And, we decorated together. Actually, I did most of the decorating because I love interior decorating. But it was all like she was the client and I was the decorator. We totally I felt like I was on a reality show, and totally did the whole okay, so we're gonna have the display case and the artwork on the walls and all that kind of stuff. But bottom line is I can basically live in Germany rent free. So that's really nice. So I'm gonna and that'll mean that the Booty Mashup expenses will be even less because I'm not paying essentially office rent, and I'll be able to pay my DJs even more. So, but before any of that can happen, I need to go back to San Francisco and take care of shit. I need to. So the next 2 months are going to be weird with the live streaming. I'm kind of like, I'm now so used to Jupiter Gatling's fast computer, all the lights, and like, you know, we're really dialed in here. I know next Wednesday, on Wednesday when I'm doing the Mashup listening party, who knows? I'm probably going to be like, I might be a depressed wreck. I'm just going to tell you guys now. I might be a motherfucking wreck because it's going to be like, oh, I'm back in San Francisco. This is like such a beautiful, gorgeous apartment. I spent so much time and money and effort decorating it and really making it a home because I thought it was going to be my home for, you know, decades really. And it's right, you know, it's like a 10-minute walk from DNA Lounge. I've hosted so many guest DJs stay there. I've had, we have after parties there after the club. It's just like it's such a beautiful place. Wow, Big Black Hog, what the hell? Jesus. Someone should probably block Big Black Log, I guess. Yeah. Oh, God. You're hilarious. But yeah, Muffle Mug or Jupiter, if you want to like take care of that. Big Black Hog, if you want to hang out here, you are more than welcome, but you should probably behave. You know, just saying. Muffle Mug, you don't need to say sorry. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I was distracted. What, you know, what, do you really think I can't handle like some, you know, obnoxious chat troll, you know? I mean, honestly, I am shocked. Everyone warned me about what a toxic shit show Twitch was supposed to be. So, like, when we started our Twitch channel, I'm like, oh God, it's a bunch of 14-year-old horny boys who are just gonna, like, you know, come into your chat pod and like try to post dick jokes or something. So I was like, oh God, get ready for it. And shockingly, this happens so little. Like, it barely happens. So it's like, oh wow, we got one. And that's like the first one in months. You know? Oh God. Anyway, so I have to say, Twitch has been super shocking and surprising because it has not been the toxic shit show that I know it often can be. You know, I've heard so many stories, you know, like Gamergate level type stuff, and sexism and racist comments. I mean, it's like when you sign up for Twitch, you need to like agree with all this stuff about, like, you know, that to us are like, well, yeah, duh, sure, no homophobia, no racism, no hate speech, no nothing. It's like, wow. I mean, it's like, what kind of place are you guys running here? It's literally what I thought when we first started our Twitch channel, and it's like dealing with all the rules and everything, and it was just like, okay, so like, for instance, when I go, I'm an Airbnb host, and you know, I used to travel a lot, so I stay at Airbnbs all the time, and sometimes you stay at an Airbnb where there's just like these long list of rules, and the ones, as they get weirder and weirder and strangely more specific, as a host, I'm always like, okay, what happened where they had to, you know, call out a very specific rule of like, and please don't go into the bathroom closet and move anything around, or you know, just some very weird, random, you know, apropos of nothing kind of rule, you know. So I kind of felt the same way with Twitch, where it was just like, you know, all this stuff about hate speech and you know, respect issues and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, what happened where you had to like just keep instituting all these rules, and I just need to keep checking off that I agree not to do all these horrible things, because why would we? You know. Oh man. Yeah, it's Hooli. Yeah, I agree. It is. Those rules are really fun to read, and it's like, and as a host now too, I'll sometimes reach out to the host and be like, yeah, so I'm a host too. I saw this weird rule. Like, what happened? Tell me. And Airbnb hosts love to share war stories about, like, the kooky guest, the crazy guest, this weird thing that happened. So yeah. It's oh man. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be back in San Francisco for the next 2 months, and I'm leaving on Sunday. So Mashup listening party will be my first return back to SF, and yeah, I have a feeling like I'm probably going to be a little bit depressed, but I'm really hoping that I'm just so busy, like ripping my life apart and preparing for, basically preparing a real move where I'm like, closing accounts, shutting down, turning my power and my cable and my internet off and moving everything into storage and basically setting everything up to just be like, okay, I don't know how long I'm going to be in Germany, and let me just pack everything up and wrap it all up with a bow and tie up all the loose ends. I'm really hoping that dealing with all that is going to like keep me so busy that the creeping dark demons of depression are not going to swallow me whole. But who knows? I just hope it's sunny while I'm there. If it's sunny, that'll help, I think. So, yeah. Booty mash cribs. Oh my God, mastermind. Actually, what I am going to do, I do know because I love my apartment. I've got a lot of cool artwork and stuff. I am going to, first of all, I'm going to do a bunch of photo shoots of the apartment. It's like, if you follow me on Instagram, that's my like shameless thirst trap account that I just post, hot photos of mom me in my apartment. So that I'm gonna take a bunch of photos, but also I want to do an art tour where I'm gonna film a video and do like an art tour and take up all the photos. And so that'll be like a day or two of doing that, and then it's gonna be like rip it all apart, pack it all up. It's like, I was just telling Jupiter Gatling, it's like, once I kind of like, I need to sort of have this grieving process of like, okay, I got to let it all go. Nothing is permanent. Change is good. Certainly if 2020 has taught us anything, is like, it's been an entire year of like, just roll with it. Figure out how to adapt. And so even though it's going to be sad to, lose my home, and my home, it's been my home since 1991. I moved to San Francisco in 1991 and immediately like felt such a connection with that city. It has been my home, ever since, and to like really be leaving it. And I know it's most likely temporary, but who knows where life's going to take me. So, there's going to be a couple days of processing, and then I'm going to be like coming in with like freaking blowtorch. It's like burn it all down, like pack everything away, get rid of everything, or everything that I can. I mean, a lot of stuff is like, I don't want to like just get rid of like my nice design chair and my ET cartridge from the landfill. Stuff's gonna go into storage. But yeah. Totem's like, put your apartment into an external hard drive like you did. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it's gonna be. That's how I have to kind of think of it, is I just have to like, it's gonna go into storage and it's there, and then when I need to restore the hard drive because I'm back in San Francisco with a new hard drive or new computer or new apartment, then I can just restore from backup. And of course it'll be a little different, but but yeah, that's the mood, that's the feeling, and I'm sure every single person in the chat pod has moved at least once, if not several times in their life. So I'm on the one hand, I'm like, oh God, moving is such a pain in the ass, but I'm not really moving. I'm actually just packing shit up. I'm only doing half of it. I'm just packing shit up and sticking it in storage. I don't have to then unpack it all and redecorate. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. What am I going to do with the RV? The RV is just going to sit in its parking spot. And the RV is sort of set up. Actually, if DJ Time is in the chat, DJ Time will hopefully be taking a few more road trips here and there, so he can, like, you know, keep it running here and there. I also rent out my RV as there's a website called Outdoorsy. Outdoorsy is like Airbnb for RVs. So my RV is very, very much set up for self check-in. I've got like a lockbox for the keys and like a whole little list of, you know, how people should take care of it. And people are generally pretty cool with renting. You know, they don't want to trash your RV because they need to live in it and they need to at least get it in operating order back to its parking spot. So yeah, I tend to rent out my RV, which is, you know, and now that the only reason I own an RV is because it was cheaper to buy an RV to take to Burning Man than it was to rent an RV every single damn year to go to Burning Man. Like after 3 Burning Mans, the RV basically pays for itself. Because it's so expensive to rent an RV to go to Burning Man. So I was like, fuck. Like, you know, I'd been renting RVs for like 20 years. I was like, I could have bought like 5 RVs with this, you know. And then Madge says hi. Hey, DJ Time, is the RV still sitting at your house or did you take it back to Sonoma? I don't even know. I am probably gonna end up doing a little mini trip with my RV while I'm back in the Bay Area, just to like kind of like clean her up, get her all like fixed up, and you know, and that's sort of like what I got to do. I have an Airbnb in San Francisco and an Airbnb in LA. These are sort of like my side businesses that I need to like just get running while I'm gone. And fortunately, I have, you know, same way I've got a great team of people here, all the DJs. I've got some trusted people who are really taking care of shit while I'm gone. So it's weird, like relying on other people, which I don't do well at. But this year has been, you know, sometimes you just got to rely on people. And I'm so glad that when you find someone who's reliable and you can trust, oh yeah, hang on to them. I don't get into astrology all that much. I don't really believe it, but I'm a Capricorn, and apparently one of the things with the Capricorn is that we're very like, you know, you want something done right, do it yourself, and just very like self-starter. So me asking for help is not something I do very well. But this has been a year of like, you know, checking in with people and asking for help. It's been quite a year. So I know I was supposed to talk about New Year's resolutions. I actually don't really have any other than be more on TikTok and be more on YouTube. I think it's been like we got Twitch down. Thank you guys so much for being part of it. And now it's like, okay, let's spread that. It's like we're so in our like little nightlife world that like doing booty mashup only in clubs was a great way to make money, a great way to pay all my DJs and stuff. But, you know, it really was limiting. And it wasn't until this year when we expanded to Twitch where I was like, oh my God, we can do these live events. I mean, I use live in quotes. They are live. I'm coming at you live. It's just not like outside live. It's not like at a club live, but it's still live, which we excel at. I'm realizing this is like what we're good at, which is I think why maybe we haven't like jumped to YouTube as much or jumped to TikTok, because it's not necessarily live. I mean, it can be live, but then there's the whole music copyright issue thing. But I'm gonna try to tackle some ways to basically spread the love, to like continue to basically find an audience that loves and appreciates mashups, or find an audience and convert them to loving mashups. And not everyone's on Twitch, not everyone's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, so it's like just spread it as much as I freaking can, and keep sharing the love of mashup culture is really the big New Year's resolution of 2021. And on a personal note, continue to hack and slash my budget so I can actually pay my team even more, because it felt really good. It felt really good to pay people. I love that. So, oh yeah, it's anyway, shout out to DJ Time. I can't believe that you are awake. Congratulations, DJ Time, on beating your personal best, 13 hours. 13 hours of DJing, and also hardcore. There wasn't really a ramp up. You came out swinging, rang in midnight for West Coast, Alaska, Hawaii in a big way, and then still kept going for another 10 hours. That's nuts. All right, are we ready to switch it on over? I think we are. I am going to switch this over to the music category now, and it's no longer mashup talk. Mashup talk is officially over, or almost officially over, and we're gonna start some music. Let me do that. Let me switch over my scenes here. I just want to say thanks, everybody. This show is so stupid. The only reason I do a 60-minute talk show just chatting is because DJ Time, way back in March when we started our Twitch channel, was like, you need to do a talk show. You need to do just a just chatting show so we can have one show on our channel that doesn't get muted. And for some stupid reason, I'm still doing it. So anyway, next week, it will be 3 hours earlier. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm glad you love this show. I'm always like, I can't believe people show up just to hear me rant. but I so appreciate it. So we are going to get National Hangover Day started. Welcome to National Hangover Day, everyone. Let's go.